Hey parents, welcome to day 4 of my reading at home tips and tricks. Hopefully you're staying warm. It's looking like a blizzard out there, and hopefully you got home safe. But today what I want to tell you and show you are two things on the computer. One thing that I'm doing to kind of keep track of what they're reading and to see their habits. How much they're reading at home, what books they're reading at home, are they abandoning books a lot, are they saying they're reading it but they're really not, what pace are they reading at. I use something called Status of the Class, and I'm going to try to turn this around. I guess I can't, so maybe I'll just do it this way. So, let's see how this works here. So on this Status of the Class, what the kids do is they fill in this document, the spreadsheet. Some kids are doing it 2 days a week. Some kids are doing it 3 days a week. Right away when they come in the morning. They need to enter the date. You can see over here. So this is Gracie. Gracie has been doing a great job. And so she did an entry on the 7th of December, the 8th, and then the 11th was on Monday. Then again on today, Wednesday. And so you can see here, she was reading Judy Blume, Double Fudge, and she was at page 27, and then the next day she was at page 31. One question I might have for her is she didn't give me a description of what was going on in the book. And then you'll also notice the next time she did an entry, she's on a completely new book, which is fine. I'm just going to ask her, hey, what's going on with this? Did you set this one aside? Are you reading both of them? So on and so forth. In this book, you can totally tell she's flying through it. I'm not actually familiar with this book, so maybe it's a graphic novel. But if you can see here, just in 2 or 3 days here, she read from page 94 to page 228. And she's doing a good job giving me a good description of what's happening, okay? So, again, I'm watching to see, are they only reading a couple pages a day? Are they abandoning books? Why? Some kids haven't been entering the date, and I want to know, what pace. Are they taking a long time to finish books? But this is something I'm using at school, so you can just know that I'm able to kind of track. Like, maybe it's hard for you to track what they've been reading, but you are. You're having them read, but you just don't know if they're reading or not. This is one way for me to know if they're reading or not. And then if I start to see trends that worry me, or I notice that they're not really reading much, that's when I'll contact you, and then you can we'll work together to figure out a plan for your child. Or you can say, hey, Mr. Skoma called me. I've been having you read, but you're obviously not really reading because we can see the progress you're making. Okay, so that's one thing. The next thing I want to show you is you can just, if you want to know what is my kid reading, or I want to know if my kid is reading, but I haven't read the book myself, what you can do is you can just Google the book title and then type in Cliff Notes. And there'll just be a bunch of different websites, and a lot of times they'll break it down by chapter. So if you can see here, I typed in the book Fudgemania, and you can see the book title or the book cover there, and the title at the top. And then I'm trying to get you can get the whole summary, but then I wanted a chapter by chapter thing. So if I know my child just read chapter 1, I can see if they're actually reading it. I can ask them questions because I can read this quick version of what happened in chapter 1, and then just kind of ask them some questions. I can also, go to the next section, and it will be chapter 2, and then I can see what happens in chapter 2. So that's a tool I use for books I haven't read, because I haven't read every book in my library. I have over 600 books, so that's a good problem to have. And that's something you can do too if you want to talk to your kids about the books that they're reading. Just get the Cliff Notes, read the summary, and have a discussion with them. And so hopefully that works out. Talk to you later. Bye.